forgot to hit the start record button. We're back! More Wrath of the Righteous. Let us hit continue, and to be on our merry way. Alright, so. We did the Great Garrison last time. We completed Act 1, and we are on to Act 2. We got our first mythic path. We are truly on the path to be Wrath of the... I need to tweet this out. Hold on. I am terribly sorry. I completely forgot to do the thing where... Alright, there we go. Did I type that right? Right enough. Okay. And yeah, I completely forgot to get a very crucial item in the Grey Garrison, so that was pretty cool. I did go back and get it. I did show where it was, so don't have to worry about that, but here it is, Elven Notes from Grey Garrison. Very important, because this is what we need to, you know, kick off a... Hold on. I need to give this shirt to Woljif, actually. We had... Yeah, okay. Yeah, it only took like 10 minutes to grab the notes and finish up the Grey Garrison and all the dialoguing, because it goes pretty fast when you're skipping it. So yeah, I got done with the stream last night, spent 10 minutes to get the notes. And then the game crashed in the transition to Act 2. And I... Hold on, my avatar's like choppy. Why so choppy? Why so choppy? Why choppy? No, let's close some stuff. No choppy? No chop? Nope, chop, 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 chop. Still choppy. Still choppy. Don't like it. No sirree, Bob. Jesus. Okay, hold on. That's why. Well. Yeah, Wrath is like using my entire GPU. I thought I had frame locked this thing previously. Want VSync off. Because I should have... Yeah, this should have a max. Alright, you know what? This is an annoying interface. I wonder if I probably have to relaunch this. What if I set it to low? I mean, yeah, but the game looks like garbage. Set it to medium. That's amazing. Turn off VSync. What else? Turn down. No, no growling over there. Hey, you get down these steps. Dog is being a goober. Alright, let's move to FXAA. We want more speed. I mean, that helped, like, a little? It looks like it helped enough, though. Okay.
We should move.
Game looks kind of bad, though. What if I set this to high? Still looks bad. Okay, what if I set this to medium and this to high? It looks really blurry. I'm not sure why that is. Okay, but no choppiness. Now I can play the game. And it only took like 5 minutes. I know, right? I need to replace this video card, but that's expensive. So anyway, redid the stuff, took about 10 minutes, game crashed on the Transition Act 2, and I did not save after redoing the final Grey Garrison fight. So I had to do it again. Second time, I lost the final fight. Important tip for that fight, if you can't just put Minago to sleep and coup de grace her, at the very least, you have to lock her down. You need to cast a Grease or a Hideous Laughter or something to get her to sit down while you take care of everything else, because she has some nasty spells in her arsenal and she will ruin your day. Third time, actually I beat her. Saved after the fight, went through all the cutscenes, and look at where we are now.
Let's move.
So now we can talk to the storyteller. We have the page you were looking for from the Grey Garrison. The storyteller carefully takes the page from your hands. His fingers touch the ancient letters, gently examining them lightly, following their lines. I see myself, young and energetic, able to see. God, have I found the key to my past? Finally, I will find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. The elf's expression becomes withdrawn, the wrinkles on his face soften. Thank you, Jimmy Pathfinder, and please follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together. They are leaving. The people of Kionan faced the coming Earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling the disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers. All of them hurried to the gate to Sovereign, looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Galarian. I'm ashamed. I'm sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of the catastrophe. My will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with tree bark cover. In case you change your mind. With a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watched the gate of the Sovereign Stone close, separating me from them. It's time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. These are his notes about traveling between worlds, in case you change your mind. Hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovereign. That will never happen. My mouth set suddenly, I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. So there we have it. Storyteller was an elven mage that stayed behind when all the elves fled in the face of Earthfall, which is the name of the cataclysmic event in which a shower of meteorites impacted Galarian in minus 5293. resulted in the destruction of the human empires of Thassalon and Aslant, which were consumed by earthquakes and massive tidal waves, and the creation of the Inner Sea. The cloud of dust thrown up by Earthfall's impact settled in Galarian's upper atmosphere and blotted out the sun for 1,000 years, creating the Age of Darkness. Why did the elves decide to flee? They are afraid to lose what they have. They were rulers, long-lived and powerful. They valued their lives and sunshine too much to enter the fight with the aftermath of Earthfall. Minter is a mage, and you must be too, yes? Yes, I am an archmage, and this title is well-deserved. I have acquired delicate mastery and succeeded in many areas of magic. Curiosity has always pushed me toward new knowledge since the first day of my apprenticeship. What's the Sovereign Stone? A magnificent crystal bent into an arch by a mighty hand of an ancient divine creator. Our great gate to other worlds. It breathes power, it dreams of eternity. Why are you angry at your fellow elves? I spent many hundreds of years in Kionin. I have always admired the way my kinfolk cared for the forest that was our home. The rest of the world seemed to mean nothing to them. But I love Galarian. All its places, all the forms it manifests in. I traveled widely and then came home and told my kinfolk about my travels. They weren't interested. They only cared about Kionin. Their lack of desire to hear about the wider world makes me sad and angry. And then what happened? Earthfall happened at night. I'm standing at the top of my tower, many miles to the north of Kionin. I see a blaze far in the south. I hear a horrendous rumble. The air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock rushing down on my world. Then, low, a vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Galarian and up to the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels filling my eyes with darkness. Drowning in timelessness along with countless denizens of Galarian. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I come round, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I'm blind. But no, little by little I begin to see the stone wall. I am alive. Why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash cover the sky, cutting us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? Clench my teeth, stand up to watch Earthfall. Proudly, like the last Archmage of Kionin should. My world really perish like this? Will I perish? No. That will never happen. I'm still alive, and I can fight Earthfall and the darkness. Not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from destruction, but what can I do? I am but one Archmage. Powerful and weak at the same time. So it is Earthfall. A disaster of untold proportions. An unborn planet dropped on Galarian by blind fate or someone's evil will. A blow so strong that the continent of Aslant is destroyed within moments, turned to ashes, wiped off the face of Galarian. In this burnt sacrifice, clouds of ash and dust are born, stealing our sun. At the warmth of our star, the air cools, the soil is barren. Dark creatures crawl out of their layers to rule. Most frightening thing, without the sun, all hope dies in the heart. This is the age of darkness. What was that tower? It's my retreat to the north of Kionin. My home away from home, my observatory. From its top, I watched the stars, and when they were correctly aligned, the other worlds as well. Here in the northern wastelands, I found the highest mountain and built a tower on top of it. Clear days, I could see the mist over the lake of mists and veils in the east. That's how high up I was. And what's next? I don't know. I need to think. The opponent's Earthfall is much stronger than me. It is merciless. It does not simply destroy life. It kills an era, ending the greatness of Galarian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they had never existed. I need to think. Forgive me. I shouldn't have raised my voice. This story was much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It's so strange to see myself, feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago, and not remember them. It's like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find any other pages covered with ancient elven writing on your travels, bring them to me. Be able to shed some light on my past. You'll find out how my story ended, and perhaps even why I forgot. So, there's that. Starts in Pursuit of the Past. Throughout the game, we're going to find more elven notes. There are like 20. And if you find all of them, it makes getting the super secret ending easier. Okay, we're gonna have him examine our items. This broken buckle, piece of a holy symbol we found. We have the necessary magical essence. And now we get an item, the Covenant of the Inheritor. Covenant of the Inheritor, that is the name of this relic. This buckle once adorned the belt of a glorious knight from Mendev. It is the embodiment of a promise made to a young girl by a powerful deity. A great promise that has changed much in this world. When you touch the restored relic, a strange vision comes to you. It's as if you can see the events that happened to it in the past. Jason! Buddy, no. No. Hey! Get in here. Get in here. Nope. Yep. Click over here. He doesn't listen very well. Oh, strange, blah, blah, blah. Alright. What is this Covenant of the Inheritor that we got? Boy, there's a lot to read there that I don't feel like. A symbol of Iomade, when placed on the belt, emits a holy aura. All party members in a 30-foot area get a +2 bonus to caster level checks made to overcome spell resistance, and their weapons become good align and count as if they were made of cold iron. That's very nice. The story is about Iomade, swear this. I'm pretty sure this is basically tells us a story about the first time Galfrey met Iomade. Okay. Where'd my purple knife go? I took it off. Where's the purple knife? Give me my purple knife! There it is. It's a magic dagger, which is why we're putting it on Woljif here. But yeah, making all our weapons good aligned and cold iron is very helpful because it's going to help us overcome resistances even whenever we otherwise might not be able to. And if our casters are in range, getting +2 on caster checks is pretty good. Alright, we got a lot of stuff to check out in our camp. First things first, we're going to go into Irabeth and Anivia's tent, and we're going to steal their half-plate of Vigor. Why do we do this? Because we can. It's a +2 half-plate. It gives a +2 bonus to Constitution. It's fine. Alright, this is Will Arms. He's the camp quartermaster. We're gonna talk to him. We're gonna sell a bunch of stuff. Actually, we want to hold on to that. This seems... yeah. Aaron's here. We'll talk to him. Hello! Ah, there you are, you dashing troublemaker, you. Our short acquaintance is coming to an end. Very soon you will depart on your crusade, where you'll scrape by on horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amidst storing soldiers, be rudely awoken by the freezing cold, and have to look down upon the dour faces of self-righteous prigs before you finally perish in the maw of some demon. I have a journey ahead of me, too. I just rented a sailboat in the south. Also hired an excellent chef and a host of other entertainments. Well, to each their own, I suppose. You know, I am genuinely sad to see you go. If it sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off the venom gland on a whim, you see, but you intrigue me. Only we could spend a little more time together, but of course, not under these circumstances. Let the Crusade and the demons have at each other. With any luck, they'll take this entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them. You know, I would like it if you say you intrigue me too. Yeah, we're definitely romancing this guy. Daron's eyes light up a little. He is obviously pleased by your attention, yet he answers in his typical mocking tone. Alas, life is full of disappointments. I must reject your offer. In any case, I intend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off. Especially when it is I who is staying and someone else who is heading off to meet a dreary and hopeless end. Sometimes it does one good to ruminate on the unfairness of life. Well, farewell, Commander. I assume I shall be your most precious memory on this most disgusting and exhausting road to the pointless slaughter of battle. Or, if not the most precious memory, then at least the most stirring. So I guess Damon's not going to be coming with us. Well, I'm sure he'll be back at some point. Okay, we got the theater troops here. Good afternoon, your commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theater, the one you saved in Canabras back when you weren't your commanderness yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. You signed up to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes. Keeping up a theater is expensive, so we all have to take side jobs. But we don't stop what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find the people to play the hordes of demons, and we decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. That's probably a good choice. Luckily, we have Master Kim, and he's invented a way to solve this problem using sound. Caught a pig and some piglets in a box. We ran away from a burned-out village. Put the piglets in a box and scare them a little, and the sound they make is just like an approaching demon horde. Most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the Knight Commander. We had a right Barney over it, breaking a number of lances as well as a shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers. We just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us. We have two candidates that are most suited to the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, and to be played by a gnome? Not a gnome, two gnomes. Rubbledum and Hierophant are twins. One of them sits on the other's shoulders and puts on a long coat so they can play tall characters. They switch places every so often, so each gets their moment of fame, and that way they only each have to learn half the script. Cyclops actor? He's completely tame, believe me. Has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you mainly just make short, heroic exclamations at the fateful moment, like, "Onward!" or "We'll never give up!" or "My heart burns with courage!" Lamkin can definitely handle the script. We'll have the gnomes play us. Because why not? Group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully, and passing around a flask. So picture this. Soren is by the fire, there's these two goblins about to snatch it, and three more digging through my tit. I'm in the bushes, wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. Old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to get into the bushes without my sword. So what do? What did I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know. So they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword, they spot me. Jump over to the fire, wearing nothing but my mail shirt, and I grab my sword and I yell in a big tough voice, "Oh, Inheritor, grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures." Sword shining, the goblins are screaming, I jump to attack them, and they fight back. Fought them off somehow. Ever since then, I never take a step without my weapon. That's some story. Hey, stop gulping. Leave some for us. We've only just set off, and you're already drinking? And with the queen in the camp. Stop this at once. The knights quickly snap to attention. Sela raises the flask and says loudly, "Right you are, Commander Tirabade, but we are drinking to the queen's health." There's, like, actually some different ways. And I don't know what causes the different dialogue from Sela here. Because I've also had her basically stare Erebeth down and go, "With all due respect, I don't take orders from you, I take orders from the commander here." And I don't know what causes that. Give me a sit. You're sure this is the right way to train your soldiers? Never mind, it's your business. Alright, you get like about 100 experience for visiting all the little different camps around. I have no idea why Camellia is in here. We're going to talk to Vasali. Okay, we'll do it later, never mind. We do need to talk to him about... there's an item we need to buy from him. These are the Knights of Canabras, all that's left. And then I think there's still a group over here. Nope. And then these are fighters of the Eagle Watch. And we've done all of those objectives. Perfect. So let's go talk to her queenliness. Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she first announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mindev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move and now waits her opponent's reply.
I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I
Told you the
suspect they will be
voice action would pick back up after we restarted the client.
a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds. I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Womb.
Good place to start. We need a base if we're going to go deeper in.
Was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself.
Some of the demons know what it is, so...
I'm sending 2 specialists to help you,
yeah.
along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Vainik. One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important.
I'm trying to remember if this guy had, like,
related to the Crusade.
voice-acted dialogue before. Because I don't think he did.
Therefore, I shall leave you now. But I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
What if I don't wanna? Hi.
It's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons. I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it.
Sure.
Glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
You got it, buddy.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, would you please leave us? Erebeth, you can go too.
Well, when we met at the Defender Sard, I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme. And beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years.
It has lasted for a while.
The luxury of caution, In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it. However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade.
Yes, I can.
Formalized what it
And I am
already
blaming
is in
you.
the hearts and minds of many.
Who gives a shit about the hearts and minds of many? I should be allowed to say no.
Save the wardstones from corruption and total destruction.
I walk in with Dayrin on the boat.
This feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
So I have some questions. How did... We know the answer to this. It's, the whole deal with Staunton. What forces are at my disposal? I didn't see the parade!
You remain a powerful force thanks to Erebeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Nerosian. They have little in the way of battle experience.
Well, that's not helpful.
Great determination.
I don't need determination. I need people that aren't going to die or run away the first time they see a demon rip a dude in half.
These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden.
No shit.
You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner.
Oh yeah, just do something no one's done in 70 years. Sure, no big deal.
Lie ahead.
How do you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades.
What does that even mean?
But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris.
Okay, that is a fair point for a change.
We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
And what about our long-term goals? How are we getting rid of this world wound thing? Yes.
However, answering your question is not easy.
Well,
to win this war,
damn it, lady!
bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed.
As I may have seen.
The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a...
You know, I'm not sure we ever actually do get an answer on the how the World Wound came about.
The place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins
The
of
mages?
World Wound. So,
Not how I usually pronounce that. I usually say mages, but...
is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold. The very threshold of the Abyss.
Very clever name you've come up for it there.
Wonderful.
Did you know that the souls of angels are in the Ward Stones?
Just as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered.
That's not
to fight for our
entirely
cause.
correct. Heaven was... I mean... That makes it sound like they wanted to but couldn't, but that's not quite right.
Iomede's herald erected the first wardstone in Canobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts. But my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works.
See, this is why Ember talks about why gods suck. What do you mean we have to serve and not question? That's bullshit. Always be questioning.
Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the wardstone in Canobris, and were able to save this gift of Iomede. It was a deed worthy of a knight commander of the Fifth Crusade.
You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Canabris. In a vision, I saw the death of an angel called Lariel. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the World Wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel, even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel.
Ugh.
And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on their special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
Alright, well, let's show her the Covenant of the Inheritor.
I thought this relic
I have no idea why it does the
many
load
years
there.
ago. How strange it is to see it whole again. At one time, it gave me hope. I am pleased that this object will serve the crusade once more.
I had a vision of Iomade giving her Covenant to you.
I was young and did not fully understand the magnitude of the duty that had been entrusted to me. Iomade gave me hope and strength to see me through the trials ahead, and in so doing, she won my everlasting loyalty.
You still remember the oath you swore in battle.
Always. No matter how arduous, no matter how dark the skies, no matter how much blood flows from my wounds, I shall stand with you. We shall fight for our loved ones and our friends, for the right to live and die free. We shall do everything we possibly can, and after that, we shall begin to do the impossible. And if the hour should come when our arms can no longer raise our swords, our bodies will become a shield to cover those who still have strength to fight. I, Golfrey, Queen of Mendev, swear this to you.
You withstood a blow.
This is my vow.
You took a hit from Vorlesh in that fight.
I would proudly declare that to be true, and say that even our Rilu Vorlesh could not kill me on her first attempt. But to do so would be boasting. I was protected by my goddess. However, I was glad to see that, no matter how great the betrayer of humanity's power, it is nothing as compared to Iomede's might.
Okay, well, we're holding on to this thing. It's really
And
good.
so you shall. What matters is that the Covenant of the Inheritor has been recovered.
I have no idea what it was doing in that random house in Dresden.
But should you ever feel that you no longer need this relic, I ask that you give it to me. I would be delighted to touch it again.
And what are you going to do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Well, we're going to take this option. My queen, I'd ask you to remain with us. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the crusade, and the blessing of Iomade that you carry may be decisive in this battle.
What is this I hear? A polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign? I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack.
Okay.
They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev. But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen, and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
Yeah!
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
So, Galfrey is actually a romanceable character in this game. If you do want to romance Galfrey, you need to have her come with us on the crusade. For various reasons, we will not be romancing Galfrey. Least of which being that the way we're going to go through the game, it's actually going to be not possible. I'll try to remember to talk about why it's not going to be... It's, like, not something I'm going to be able to talk about for, like, probably 15-20 hours. The main reason we're having her come along, there are two big reasons. If we clear Dresden in time, and we're probably going to clear Dresden in time, you get a reward. Basically, if you clear it fast enough, you get a reward. There's no hard time limits. It's just if you're too slow, you don't get like one reward. It's not the end of the world. If you bring the queen with you, then and you clear it fast enough, you get a second reward. So that's reason one. Reason two is she's actually going to be useful in fighting. She's actually going to help us in like 2 encounters towards the end of the act. One of which, her help doesn't matter. The other one, her help is actually really nice to have.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to.
The queen gives you an
It should be
impish
rather
wink.
enjoyable.
Oh, hey, it's Dayron.
There you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade.
Yeah.
I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary.
Plenipotentiary is a hell of a word.
Congratulations, Count.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Dayron's cool expression wavers, but he seems to not be fully cognizant of what is happening. That, or he is holding himself tightly in check. What a wonderful gesture, Your Majesty. I imagine our dear Count would have been inconsolable if you hadn't given him this chance to serve the common cause.
Approve, Commander. I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count. But your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post. But I trust that you will dutifully fulfill his orders and make a good showing of
Yeah,
yourself.
so like I said, last stream, Dayron likes to needle the queen, but the queen has no problem needling him right back.
Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I'm most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
Some good voice acting there.
Then let's get going. May Ayomade help us.
Okay. Well, we're not done with camp stuff just yet. We'll talk to Anivia. I don't think she's got anything. Oh, yes. So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers the Crusades say about you. Some say that Iomade came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died and an honest-to-God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still others say it was just an explosion at an alchemist lab, and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. You really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kind of more dangerous? Yeah, exactly. More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. Dangerous, Commander, and by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or to yourself. Oh hey, look, the Prestidigitapainter Golem's with us. Commander, allow me to say something. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was agony drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At last, the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but I somehow got through on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Anivia's body, she might by some miracle have survived. That miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won this city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know that it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that. It's the power of saving and reloading. If you too could save and reload... well, also the mythic power, but... Queen believes in your powers too. But for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anivia alive standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the only one. You're the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war and in spite of everything deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what the others could not. Well, I found a scabbard with your name on it. Erebeth looks down. The scabbard held the solemn hour, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Anivia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. I hoped to redeem the solemn hour eventually, but there was never enough money. And soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. Is Anivia sick? You'll forgive me if I don't go into detail, it's a private matter. Suffice to say, everything is fine now. The treatment was costly, but it was worth it. And see that you truly love her. A delicate blush appears on Erebeth's cheeks, and she nods silently. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humble our name may be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again. At least I have its scabbard back. Thank you. Imagine a game where you can kill everyone and steal their items? That's called The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. And hello, Kitaract, how are you? Yeah, Morrowind has no problem letting you murder everyone you come across. We need some reinforcements. We're going to begin, when we began, we chose speed over numbers. So yeah, we basically give her 7,500 gold, and we're going to get more, and that gives us like a big boost to our army for the little. I would be careful about getting into Morrowind. It's a very old game. It's got some very antiquated mechanics. It can be a lot. It doesn't play super well. It's very outdated in a lot of ways. Erebeth pawned her sword to pay for your treatment. Treatment for what? Yeah, it was no big deal. Just sat out in the cold too long and caught a chill. I appreciate the concern and all, but don't worry. Healthy as a horse. Even so, I need to know. You don't seem to be getting the message. I don't want to talk about it. Not now, anyway. Ask me again in a year. Or 10. Yeah, they're both very cagey about what the exact medicine Anivia needed was. It wasn't a cold. I don't know exactly how you can get her to talk about it way later in the game. I'm not sure how, but I tend to talk about it more when it's closer to that point in time. It wasn't a cold, though. Alright, let me personally congratulate you on your new title, and thank you for your assistance, for your time in advance. I am Leotar Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomedae, the Bringer of Light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Erenday. What brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Iomedae in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I'm calling upon you. Suppose that you have already heard about Count Erenday's story. I refer to the tragedy at Heaven's Edge. Well, let's hear about it anyway. About 10 years ago, several powerful demons managed to penetrate the Wardstone barrier and commit mass murder of all the guests who attended the feast in celebration of young Daeron's birthday. The unknown magical disease they had brought wiped out the whole estate in less than a day. That was not a unique case in itself. The demons had attempted such raids on Mendevian lands before, but they had never dared target such a well-protected place. The Erenday family was exceptionally rich. The estate was protected by elite bodyguards. There were several strong and righteous paladins among the guests. However, the revered Nestrin, Daeron's tutor, was one of the most powerful priests of Iomedae in the vicinity. All of them died nonetheless, except for the young Count, who had suddenly manifested his outstanding sacred healing powers. Was that a miracle or a curse? That remains to be seen. So you're gonna open this old case up, huh? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev before the World Wound. And yet, on that day, it turned into a labyrinth house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression, I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send a Canabras for help even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead with their heads cut off. When we got into the estate, how were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate who were said to be immune to any disease? Demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses, but this has never been repeated. Why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You are the only person that can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of these events is currently serving in your army. The army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that spell. My favorite game? Probably Bloodborne for the PS4. That is the epitome of From Software's work in my opinion, with their Souls-like gameplay. And I just adore that game. It's got a great atmosphere, it plays very well, and I love it. Love it. He is unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside in case he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. I'd actually like to stream Bloodborne, but I don't have a capture card, which makes streaming games on the PS4 very difficult. If it ever gets a PC release, I will definitely be streaming that day one. But in the meantime, I simply have to sit here and think about the day I will eventually get to stream Bloodborne. Okay, so if we want to visit the estate, he'll let us in. I don't feel like talking to this guy. We're just gonna say, yeah, we'll help you. We need to talk to Social there. We're gonna talk to Darren first, say we want to visit Heaven's Edge. He's like, yeah, that sounds great. And we say, cool. And he says, cool.
Let us be off.
Okay, go to Social. Hello again.
Very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Was not expecting voice acting.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep.
Nope, just me.
I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Who are you, and how could you possibly be of use to my army?
My name is Sozio Vanek. I am a cleric of Shaylin,
so I'm told.
the Eternal Rose and the goddess of beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the
Yeah, that's true. I can technically just stream straight from the PlayStation, but
come in handy.
and I've messed with that a little bit, but yeah, that's not how I would be interested in streaming it. Yeah, I forget that you can just stream straight from the PlayStation. Because I've used that feature like once and was like, that's neat, and then moved on.
I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander.
And I wouldn't be able to use like my better mic.
My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side.
I mean, I
to
guess
survive and flourish.
maybe we could.
Everyone
I
deserves
don't
a
know.
chance to find
I
peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
but yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, I'm having a little bit trouble with my PC, mostly because the graphics card's out of date, and I need to update it, but I don't want to spend the money on a new graphics card yet. What are you painting? Depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Shaylin. Like people dressed in robes stand before the temple.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help, and then
Let's like, I want to update my graphics card. I would like to get a capture card. All that stuff costs some money.
Would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on my way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canabris, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple.
Well, that sucks for this guy.
I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
And this is why you have to treasure every moment you spend with the ones you love. Today you're together, but who knows what tomorrow may bring. Yeah. The only animal that pays to live. Yep. That is the truth.
You're right. I took their company for granted and never even imagined
Hell, we don't
that they might
just pay to live for ourselves. I pay for you, you little shit.
It's left unspoken.
Hey, I'm talking to you. Least you could do is lift your head up and look at me. Stupid cat. What a jerk.
Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
Okay, why did you enlist in the army?
Artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is
That do be cats.
and I put all my heart.
But I love him so much.
But I am a
Marco,
above all else.
I'm here.
So I must also tend to others.
I'm sure he'll get up in a bit and decide that he actually wants very desperately in my lap.
I went to war.
And then he'll sit by my chair and just meow at me until I rotate my chair in a method that is conducive to him getting into my lap.
My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
Alright, you wanted to discuss something with me, right?
I have a personal request.
Okay.
Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here.
Okay.
And it's important.
I don't think it's that important, but okay. We are, in fact, just their tools.
Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory.
Sure, I don't know these people, but I'll honor their memory.
Will bring them comfort. I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincere.
Okay, it was nice meeting you. Okay, God, I'm so tired of talking to people. I just want to play some games. Alright, we need to go into the field medic tent. We need to talk to this guy. We say, show me your scrolls. We aren't actually here for scrolls, though. We are here for the red salamander. Alright, what's a red salamander? The wearer of this ring has the ability to cast spells spontaneously. Grants them the ability to cast Fireball, Controlled Fireball, Fire Snake, Hellfire Ray, Firestorm, Fire Body. Still need the required spell slot level. We are going to give this to Ember. She cannot naturally learn a lot of those spells. So by giving her this... Where there it is. This gives her, like, access to a bunch of very powerful damage spells that we will be making use of throughout the game.
What's that?
What's that? It is a pamphlet that says, "May Canabris be damned! I spit on..." I'm not reading that. Okay, I think we've talked to everyone we care about. Alright, so we're going to make our way out of here. We are going to...
You've marched me to the bones today.
Why the hell are you fatigued, Lon? Everybody else is fine, it's just you. Alright, we're going to bring Social along. Alright. Welcome to the Crusade map. No longer are we in a tiny little city. We have a whole wide world to explore. Alright. So first things first, Crusade mode. There is what is essentially... Oh, this is a new button. That's handy. This little... RTS turn-based strategy, like, mini-game that we are going to have to, like, play. Along the road, you'll see all these little demon armies. And you'll also see these little red forts. When we move our army up... Right, I forgot they made this change. We're gonna pursue them so I can show off the battle interface, but... When we move up to them, we get into a big old fight. And it's... If you've ever played a Heroes of Might and Magic game, this is basically not... I hit the wrong button. Knock off Heroes of Might and Magic. It's... fine, like the first time you play the game. It is not very... It's not a very fun mechanic, mini-game, whatever, on later playthroughs. There is an option to turn on what's called Auto Crusade, which skips all this. Unfortunately, doing that also skips a bunch of other things you generally want to do that, like, is actually useful to have from Crusade mode. So unfortunately, we're kind of stuck doing it. So we've got units here. There's a button down here in the bottom left. We click this, we can recruit Deuterones. These refresh on a weekly basis. We get so many. We have money up here that we use to buy it. Eventually we'll get mercenaries. You use that to make your armies to go kill all the demons. We need a general. We want specifically, yeah, either Setsuna Shai or Chief Abayoga. I think I butchered her name. They are wizard generals, and wizard generals have spells, which are really good when fighting enemy armies. I'd show that off, but because our level's high enough, our army level, it's 4. This is a demon level 1. They want to run away. We just let them flee, and we get all the rewards anyway. And that's a very brief overview of just what the hell Crusade mode is. I don't like it, because these forts, these block progress. We cannot progress past a fort. We can actually sneak our party occasionally through these demon armies, and worst case, we run into them and we're guaranteed a fight. We cannot progress past these forts until an army takes them out. It's not a huge deal in Chapter 2. Our army is going to be more than powerful enough to take on everything. It can be a little bit of a problem in Act 3. Anyway, we gave Socio last stand. I just don't know what to do with Social. We'll take a look at him and talk about why I just cannot figure out how to build him in a bit. An elderly man limps toward a grave and clumsily throws a handful of soil inside. How unfair. They were all so young. They had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves, and an old cripple like me still lives. An elven woman with her face bathed in tears steps up to the grave. She whispers, "The painting. It burned like everything else in the house. There is nothing else left for me to remember you by. Nothing." Young man throws a handful of soil into the open grave and stands beside it for a while, lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. Socio throws a handful of soil into the grave in front of him. He takes a breath and prepares to speak, but it seems he cannot find the right words. The cleric wipes his tear-filled eyes, gathers his resolve, and says in a gentle voice, "Wish you a warm welcome in Shaylin's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We'll banish this ugliness and evil and make the world richer and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this." He breaks into sobs mid-sentence and falls silent without finishing his declaration. Okay, we're not going to be a dick and say this, because that's just rude. Nor are we going to take the evil option. We'll take the good option. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Even if you do take either the chaotic or evil option, Social is still too absorbed in his grief to hear you, so... They're good people. I can't believe they're gone. What is that? Looks like a zombie. An elven woman shrieks in horror, disrupting the atmosphere of silent mourning. Her trembling hand points at something moving inside a grave. Suddenly, a corpse climbs out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench from its rotting body. "That's a zombie! Run!" "No! Hold fast, friends! We shall kill—" That's a lot of zombies.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Dude, you don't have to worry about staying around. I appreciate you showing up at all. Alright, if you've got stuff to do, I totally understand. Alright? There's nothing for you to apologize for. Thank you for showing up. You've got stuff to do, absolutely. Have a great day. We're just happy to see you here.
Surrender or else.
Thank you for showing up, and have a great rest of your day. Anyway, we got a lot of zombies we gotta kill right now. Thank you. You have a good day as well, and I will be sure to have a good stream. We are getting wrecked, though. Like, just coming up and, like, getting smacked?
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
Oh, yeah. What the hell are we doing with Ninio here? We should have actually left Ninio at home. We should have left Ninio, and... Why does the autocorrect... Why have autocorrected to she? Who knows? It autocorrected to Shige for some reason. That's very strange, but autocorrect is a strange beast that nobody but God truly understands.
Gone, fiend.
Oh my god. Lan! You're being owned! God. Okay, hold on. I think... Nope, nope. Come on. Ember, I need you to get... somewhere. Good enough. I think. Okay, this is why we gave Ember Fireball.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Okay. God. Poor Laud.
You won't survive me.
I'll remove this.
Probably actually should have done, like, another Fireball into that group there. Oh my god. More zombies. That's right. It's not... This isn't hard. It's just that they all decided that Lon was their favorite person today. And... Lon is not built to be the favorite person of a bunch of zombies.
Distraction for me.
Yeah, these guys aren't super tough. Even the zombie lords, they only have 16 AC, plus 7 to hit. It's just there's so many of them. Lawn's also not really great here. Zombies resist piercing damage, and hey, what's your base attack bonus? It's +5. Okay, that's good.
Time to share your treasures.
Make every strike.
Hey, get splattered.
You should have listened to reason.
We can do it. Onwards.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
Alright.
Too late for apology.
So, Lon had a rough go of it at the start. He's fine now. Don't worry about it. I have no idea why everybody started so
Muscle.
sleepy.
Begone, fiend.
I'll hit you.
Like, half our team's fatigued for reasons unknown to man. Oh, right. What is this twisted mockery? Could possibly... Wait, what's this? Take a look. Sociel hands off a black onyx gem to you. Once precious, this stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip as you examine the engraved Minotaur's head. The unholy symbol of Baphomet. The cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists. Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No, they had to come to the funeral and desecrate their graves. Why you had to go through this? These demon worshippers are everywhere. Now I understand why the Inquisitors of Canabras became so paranoid. Wait. The townspeople fled the undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are, they're in great danger. Must find them and close shut the jaws of the world. So, there's somebody yelling through this door. It's a DC 21 trickery check. It's another zombie. The half-rotten corpse of a woman shambles out of the crypt. She leers at you with her empty eye sockets and croaks out a few words. Thank the gods and thank you too. I knew this was going to happen someday. They buried me alive. Who are you? Baroness Niddle Ballard at your service. My estate is not too far from here. Let me assure you you are always welcome there, assuming that you are properly attired. I hate to break it to you, but you're actually dead. How dare you? What utter foolishness. Do I look like a corpse to you? Hello, cat. No, no, no. You forgot yourself. You forget yourself. You should be ashamed to say such things to, the dead Baroness. Wags, please do not turn that computer off. Cat was wanting to jump up onto the computer, and I'm like, from where she was jumping, very good chance she could have just jumped right on the power button. What? How? This simply cannot be. I shan't permit it. I'm afraid it's true. I'm truly sorry. This graveyard was desecrated by a necromancer. It seems that he disturbed your rest as well. The dead woman covers her face with what remains of her decaying hands. So I died, but even in death, the accursed servants of the abyss torment me. Can nothing be done? Perhaps you could lay me to rest? I quite enjoyed my life in this world, but now there's no place for me here, not in this miserable form. Would you like to pass along any words of comfort to your friends or family? That good-for-nothing band of hangers-on? Most certainly not. Thank you very much. I am reasonably confident that they have already brought my estate to ruin and squandered the fortune I bequeathed to them. They will have to do without my missives. Spare us both that indignity and embarrassment. You see, I would still be in the company of those I truly care for. Jesus, dog. Were it not for your discourteous sorcerer and his parlor tricks. Alright, well, nap time. And we get a golden chain with diamonds that's worth 625 bucks.
Pretty good, aren't I?
In here, there's some more jewelry.
This is my kind of work.
Follow me.
Trust in yourself.
Damn, that's a hell of a heal. Alright.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
Trip. So Jason there, our big dog, our wolf.
Distract them for me.
One of the things he's capable of doing is on his normal attacks, he has a chance of tripping opponents. A tripped opponent has to use an action to stand up, and when they try to stand up, everyone in the party gets opportunity attacks. And, you know, they don't get as many actions. It's very handy. Alright. We're gonna have Ember start us off with a little bit of a fireball. Deals a nice bit of damage.
Endure this.
Cover me, all right?
Oh, I still need to talk about Social and why he's a very strange character to try to use. Ow! What the fuck? Dude just bapped Woljif for 29 damage. Good god.
Make every strike count.
Wow, there's a lot more zombies than I remember.
Why not both?
So many zombies.
Tactical retreat. No.
That's fine. We have lots of fireballs. We just want to be careful and make sure we don't actually fireball someone that's on our team. Now, one thing a cleric can do is they can channel energy to deal damage to undead. And, you know, we'll just make use of that. Ow. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty okay.
Distract them from me.
Eternal Rose, I
we
call
rest now?
upon you.
Okay.
No. How about now?
It looks like they're waiting for us. There do be a lot of skeletons. And some zombies. So a squad of undead, but we can look for another entrance. Like over here.
This war must end.
Okay. Yo, Woljif, please.
Nice.
This is my
We might as well,
Don't mind me.
you know, put up... You know what? Let's not deal with those zombies. Put our defenses up. I did not think this was really worth putting up all our defenses, but then Woljif just got his world turned upside down, so...
This is
Oh my
kind of
god.
work.
I just had a realization that...
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Oh no. You know what? I'm not finishing that thought. And here we found the bad guy. Who are you, and what do you want? All you have to do is die in the name of Baphomet. Have faith. You can do it. Oh, he's so encouraging. Don't you dare. Get away from them. Yeah, Social just rolls up and goes ham on these guys. If only he was that good. I need to talk about Social. Ugh. This is the end of your blasphemous magic. I won't let you harm the living or the dead anymore. You think I need your permission? Hey, you bonebags, stand up and kill. Oh wow, there's a lot of them back there.
You can handle them, right?
What the hell is this formation that the game has put me in? that cutscene showed him summoning a bunch more zombies, but he doesn't?
Time to share your treasures.
Oh, there they are. I just didn't hit them with... What?
I can still fight.
We won't falter.
Alright. Social. So let's take a look at the stat spread. +3 to strength, plus... That's... He has a... How? +0 to dex, +2 to con, +0 to n, +4 to wisdom, +2 to charisma. High wisdom on a cleric's really good. So go social. What's not so good is... Wait, they changed him. Whoa! Hold the phone. They changed him. He's got a completely different setup now. Well, what the hell? See, it used to be that he had, like, a slightly higher dex, and he had, like, medium armor specialization or something. Weird. Really weird. Okay. So I guess I don't have anything to say about Social right now, because he's basically a completely different character. Because, yeah, I could have sworn he had, like, a +3 or, like, a +2 to his dex with... It was just a really weird build, but not anymore?
I can still fight.
I remember how I said that Last Stand was pretty good. We're seeing that in action right now,
Wrong mongrel.
because Social's been at 0 health for a bit, but he doesn't care because he's got Last Stand.
I need your assistance.
And because he's still up, the enemies are incredibly focused on him for some reason.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I can still fight.
Do it. You won't survive
I
me.
failed you.
Anyway, now he's dead. I mean, he's not dead, but he's out of commission. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay.
Strike them for me.
I keep forgetting to hit the rage button. Let's hit the rage button. That's a free button these days.
Endure this.
Okay, that's annoying. I surrender and stop! I give up! Don't hit me! Young man in black robes throws his hands up in a dramatic gesture. You damned rat, how dare you! Suddenly, Social becomes a totally different person. The artist's delicate hands clench into a fist, while his voice comes out as a menacing roar. He leaps at the necromancer and breaks his nose with a single blow. You scumbag, I remember you. You came to our temple begging for healing just a month ago. We fed you. We shared our table with you and took you in. And you... Wow. I don't even know what I'm going to do to you. Stop it! I surrender! You're a priest of Shell and I've surrendered, so you have to spare my life. Your goddess demands it. You two know each other? We do. That's Nardi, a tailor's apprentice from Canabras. We healed him after he was mauled by a dog. Then he became a frequent visitor to our table. We listened attentively to our sermons, studied the goddess's teachings, and praised our art. Were you lying to our face the whole time? When we took you in, when you sat at our table, when we broke bread with you, were you planning to stab us in the back even then? The whole time. Now you understand part of it, let's dig into the rest. I was hoping to lure you to our side. It wouldn't have been hard. We are everywhere, even inside you. I think you know it too. You are not at all like those pious devotees. You pretend to be, but maybe you fooled yourself, but we both see who you really are. You have that same demonic rage inside you. It's a pity that I never had time to kindle it into a devouring flame, but sometimes you have to resort to a backup plan. Having you die at the hands of your dead friends was such a good idea. It's a pity it didn't work. Shut up! You want to kill me right now, don't you? But you can't. You're a good boy, Social, so loyal to your goddess. You'll have to let him go or commit a sin, so I win either way. Witness the genius of our Lord Baphomet. We get a change in dialogue here, since we are also a follower of Shaylin. Normally, we ask Social, is what he says true? But we are ourselves a devotee to Shaylin, so unfortunately he speaks the truth. Our religion forbids us from killing him. Yes, the Eternal Rose is known for her grace. She teaches us to show mercy to anyone who asks for it. It's one thing to slay an enemy in battle, but a captive, we must try to save their soul, to show them the beauty of the world, persuade them to abandon the path of evil. It's difficult, but the world is better for it. I'm just repeating your own servants back to you. Come on, Social, try to make me repent my sins. Perhaps some kind words will make me abandon Abaddon's teachings, run to Shaylin for redemption, and start knitting some masterpieces of my own. It's not worth breaking your goddess's vows because of filth like him. Thank you for stopping me. I almost broke my vows because of this. I had absolutely no idea there was such a rage in me. It's a shame, a disgrace, but I must admit that I enjoyed beating him. Forgive me for letting you see me like this. It should never happen. You are the commander and he is your captive. It's up for you to decide his fate. I surrender to take everything I've got. Just don't kill me. What do you think? We will send him to be punished to the full extent of the law. Even though we're not a lawful person. I'm not just going to let him go. May the Eternal Rose grant them peace at rest. Okay, we are now finished with this little side jaunt. Wonder if I can get 5,000 more experience before a very frustrating level coming up. Probably not. £606. Yeah, sure. We'll just take everything. It's fine. The camp's not far. That is so weird that Social has been changed. And they just didn't mention, yo, we've reworked Social so that... I don't know, I guess... He's not, like... Yeah. I don't know how to respond to that. He actually makes a good candidate for the half plate of Vigor, then. It's a heavy plate, gives him +2 to Constitution. Problem is, armor in this game sucks. It's really bad. Who you? Who this? Hello? Oh! That's right. Queen's bodyguard. I will come at once. I always forget about that scene. Alright, okay, we can sell all that. Like, this is what I mean about how Masterworks items kind of stop being worth grabbing after a while. 26 of these, 100 pounds worth of Masterworks scimitars is only worth 2,600 gold. Which is not all that much, you know, in the grand scheme these days. Camellia wants that. We should have given Social here the Marching Tear. It's a really strong glaive. Oh, And my apologies, I have to bathroom. I'll be right back. Alright. Let's go talk to the Queen. Queen is hanging out. I have gotten turned. Okay, here we go. Over here. As promised, I entered the ranks incognito along with a few bodyguards. I've introduced myself as Kitrain, an old friend of yours. I am a knight of a minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Anivia to sniff me out. Why did you decide to join after all? Because I have a curious mind, and I'm quite unable to sit and do nothing for long. You ask a difficult question, I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction would sow chaos among our forces. However, I am not only a queen, I am also a paladin of Iomade. It is not in my nature to sit in a place with my sword sheathed. In a manner of speaking, your request was simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong, crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I'm curious to see my new commander in action. I have a question for you as well. Why did you wish me to join you on the crusade? The presence will boost soldiers' morale, a reasonable expectation, and I like that you think of your warriors first. May I ask a personal question? I've learned so much about Queen Galfrey from chronicles and legends, but what about the other Queen Galfrey, the one that historians and bards cannot see? That Galfrey is an old woman, weighed down by a great burden, but she has not lost her passion, and she will make the feathers fly when the time comes. Mendiv is lucky to have such a queen, and I am twice as lucky, for she has agreed to fight by my side. Strange, you say agree to fight by my side, but what I hear is agree to go on a date with me. You really think that you're the first person to attempt to charm me with such words? You are not. If you want to impress me, you'll need to do better than that. How does it feel living for so long beyond all natural limits? You're over 100 years old, my queen, aren't you? I shall answer thus. The decision to prolong my life was not mine. It was a decision of the Church of Iomade. The Sun Orchid elixirs have been paid for by the Church. The priests determined that I was needed in these dark times, both as a ruler and a chosen paladin of Iomade. I accepted their decision, and the great responsibility entails. So yeah, she's getting special potions from the Church to keep on keeping on. Why did you entrust me with Darren? I saw such a wonderful opportunity to teach the Count a lesson and just couldn't resist. Honestly, I expected you to dismiss him forthwith. The Count would have been forced to return to court a laughingstock. It would have been a truly sobering experience. There's nothing more graceful for a Mendevian nobleman to be charged like that. Darren Heronday. He was such a lovely child. His mother, Lady Selena, was one of the most gracious people I have ever met. She was amiable yet decorous, and truly kind. Bonds of kinship among the nobility are, on the whole, highly practical and only useful for forming alliances, but Countess Arenday managed to become a true member of my family. I suppose that is why I spent so much time believing her son to be a better person than he actually was. His company is a heavy burden. Still, I must admit that I am pleased that you decided to keep him on as a companion. There's a small chance that once he has had a true taste of the Crusade life, the Count will finally cease to mock the Crusaders as cynically as he is wont to do. Hooray, okay. What am I doing? What am I thinking? What do I want? I'm just I don't know. Oh, I want to talk to Will, sir. There's some new dialogue here. Okay, well this isn't new, but we want to ask about that girl in the hood. I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself, but I bet she's not part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. She was looking for some elf volunteer. I wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. At first I thought she was a messenger from Mendev. She definitely wasn't one of us, but now I see how it all looks mighty shifty. She was some sort of spy then. This is a new dialogue option. Your supply would do any wine shop proud. Does the Crusade really need this much alcohol? Don't think I'm trying to encourage drunkenness among our Crusaders. It's all in good fun, a way to blow off some steam. When soldiers gather by the fire and raise a cup to honor both the living and the dead, it reminds them that life goes on. But those who drink to excess or to the detriment of their duties won't get a drop from me. There's no sight more depressing than a drunkard. And what are your duties? A little bit of everything. What's an officer to a soldier? A strict father. So what does this make a quartermaster like myself? Something like their mom, that's what. I make sure the lads have everything they need to defeat the enemy and come back from battle in one piece. That means food, firewood, medicine, treats, mended clothes, and fixed weapons. Horses have got to be fed and watered, the camps have got to be fortified by the evening and broken up by the morning. I make sure the wages are paid on time and the wagon wheels don't squeak, and then there are reports. Gods, until you ask, I never realized how many duties I had. And what do the soldiers think of me? They mostly tell tales of your unusual power, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person, too. Soldiers are always like that. If Iomade herself descended from heaven, you bet they jabber on about how she grips her sword and how good she looks in her armor. In all honesty, Iomade is not really my type, but word is that you're as good as a swordsman as you are a spellcaster. There was even heated debate as to whether you wield your weapon with your left hand and cast spells with your right, or the other way around. Folks came down on the side of sword and right spells and left, but I bet they can't wait for a chance to see you in action, just to be sure. I believe this little line of dialogue here changes depending on what your class does. Since we're a blood ranger that can do both, sword and spell ronies, that's what we get. We haven't really taken a look at his stock. He's got some good stuff here, but it's expensive, and a lot of it's not stuff. Do you have like a faux shard? No faux shards. Truly, I am sad. Like a ring of protection +2 would be pretty okay. We'll be more open to buying stuff a bit later. When we have some cash. What we need is a longsword. Yeah, even just a +1 longsword is fine. We want that for Sela. Maybe this blacksmith has, like, a faux shard. He does not. Why are you even here, dude? I guess he's here. Whatever. Okay. Well. We want to take a nap. That's right. Nap time. Oh, god damn it. Hold on. There's... You need to go talk to, Vasali, who handles scrolls. Need to spend some money. Show me your scroll. Okay. That's so expensive. You want the scroll scribing kit? Because Nenio comes with the ability to, well, scribe scrolls. And we are going to absolutely be making use of that. What do we want a scroll of? Make just make a mage armor scroll. Let's see if Asimars truly possess superior memory recall to humans. Please list all of your ancestors going back to the founder of your line. Father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, my other grandfather, my other grandmother, 4 great-grandfathers, 4 great-grandmothers, my great-great-grandfather... What? That is the appropriate way to handle Ninio. How's Anivia? Like, she's usually she's always standing right there. Where did Anivia go? What? 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 I've never in my life known her to go here. I've also never in my life paid that close attention to where she goes, so I could have just missed it. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, alright. Oh, we probably do want to talk to Social.
Let us be off.
See how he's feeling. We can tell him to piss off.
Let's move.
So very strange. But how they changed up Social. Like, I'm not over that. For my part, I probably still don't think he's great. Oh, okay, yeah. Cool. That's right. Okay. Magical anomalies are common in the world of Galarian, so common that the use of the word anomaly itself is questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume that the strange sky, the ghostly fire from the rifts in the ground, the rain of rain of what? All that the world of Wound is known for should find some purchase in the mortal mind. But even the most worldly of travelers feels uneasy at its borders. Why? Because instinctively they understand that this place is not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound, an ulcer through which the world itself bleeds into the abyss. The commander and his army walk through the high bank of the West Selen River, where it draws near the border of the world wound. Soldiers' feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over the sharp edges and sickening bends, the shade of mercury on the horizon rising to dirty rust. As it arches above the soldiers' heads, it regains its familiar azure hue. Soldiers whisper and grumble. The commander feels eyes upon his back. Somewhere among them, wearing simple armor and unrecognized by anyone, the ruler of Mendev is standing, watching the new commander closely. The commander gives a signal to wait, climbs to the highest point along the bank, then he decides to look around. There is a strange movement in the sky. Black clouds twist into funnels and turn a sickly yellow. The brooding storm is on this side of the river, ahead of the army. Avoiding the strange phenomena will hardly be possible. The commander decides to address the soldiers and boost their morale. Establishing rapport with his troops is yet another battle that the leader must face. Through the subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale, or lose face and authority. Addressing the army on the border of the world wound, the commander seeks to establish himself as a military leader on this new battleground. And his efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully, smiles appearing on their faces. Someone in the ranks jokes that the demons are growing tired of waiting for them. The army keeps moving. Lines of soldiers step warily beneath the shroud of low black clouds. It's like the world wound has reached out a finger into the lands of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless, but then the clouds come to life, shooting out howling tornadoes one after another. The tornadoes come from all sides, from ahead, behind, and right above the soldiers' heads. The power of the elements on one side of the scales, the soldiers' faith and inspiration on the other. It's plain to see which is greater. The determined army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. The struggle lasts over half an hour, but the army's only losses are a few bags of supplies and a dozen hats whipped off into the wind. After stopping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue on. Their first encounter with the world wound has ended their favor. And we get a big boost to our morale. This is up here. So long as we keep winning and just keep winning, we get so sick of winning and our morale goes up. And we get bonuses for high morale. I'm not going into what bonuses we get because there's a lot of them and I don't remember what they all are. Alright. We captured our first fort. Whenever we capture a fort, our base camp will move up to that fort. Just something to keep in mind. I didn't actually want to pursue these guys, but it's fine. It's not an interesting minigame. Especially in these early stages. Honestly, most of my strategy for this involves doing things that will make it so that the battles go on as little as possible. That's a lot of flies, but we'll certainly try to fight them. Alright. Since we have a... Oh no, that does not deal as much damage as I wanted. Oh, that is not good. We will come back to fight the flies later. I'm not sure if the game has crashed. Because I don't have a cursor on this load screen. I have a spinning Windows circle. Oh! It didn't crash. We're going. We end this. So we'll just head this way. Flee. Alright. Now we need to head to the Houndheart camp. Oh, I forgot to mention. The storyteller didn't come with us. I didn't talk to him about it, but you can, and he's like, hey, you coming with us? And he's like, nah. So yeah, we're finally here. Ellen and Curl must be around here somewhere, and Janice too, if they gave her permission to leave. Ah, there they are. Greetings, Sela, and greetings to you, Knight Commander. Sir Ellen puts his hands behind his back and bows slightly. Then he casts an inquisitive glance at you. He seems less friendly than he was the day you met at the Defender's Heart. Jaina puts her hands on her hips. She looks even more dashing than usual. Ellen is feeling a little shy. He thought he asked for help from a couple of nobodies like us, but now you've turned into the saviors of Canabras, Knights of the Fifth Crusade, marked by Iomede's blessing, and you still came to help him dig through a pile of junk. Well, let's not talk about it. I assure you I'm the same Sela, your friend from the League of the Cart. And we came here to help you look for Ellen's ring. By the way, where's Carl? He didn't come with us. He said an old wound was acting up. Alright, my friends, since we're here, let's finish this mission quickly. I really don't feel comfortable bothering the Knight Commander with my personal problems. I'm glad we're here to help you, Ellen. Hope everything works out perfectly for your wedding, too. I love weddings so much. They're full of joys and new beginnings. I haven't been to any yet. Can I come? Of course, Lady Ember. Let's hope my bride doesn't run away from the bungler who managed to lose the ring he bought for her. I have never seen this dialogue with Ember before, I think? Last time I saw the ring, it was with my things in my traveling chest. Now the camp's in total disarray. I don't know how we'll ever find it. The ring is made of a shiny silver metal with a deep blue-green jewel. You can't miss it. Master Derek is not just a jeweler, he's an artist. There's no mistaking one of his creations. Trinket worth several months' pay, Ellen? Rules on the surface are insane. You should give your girls fried rats like we do. Save yourself a lot of trouble. Something wrong, Ellen? Am I making you nervous? I apologize. Jana is right. Much has changed since we met in Canabris. Some things for the better, some not at all. We'll find out what his deal is before we leave here. Don't you worry. Alright. There's a hat on the ground? It is a hat of heartening song. Whenever the wearer of this hat uses any song, the song also grants Fast Healing 1 at level 1, Fast Healing 2 at level 5, and increasing by 1 point every 4 levels thereafter. This bug isn't going away, huh? Yeah, that's just straight up... That's just straight up a bug. Like, that's just a display bug. Because we didn't get anything back after using a restoration there, so... Anyway. We're gonna put this dapper hat on Seela here. It's a minor thing, but Seela will be singing songs and a little bit of healings.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Just extra healing for the cost of nothing. We're not using that head slot right now. Later on, we'll want to get rid of it once we get some. I did not mean to open that just yet, but it's fine. Anyway, this is the chest where the ring was. A small Quasit demon emerges from the chest. It looks at you angrily, screwing up its ugly little face. It is holding a shiny object in its paws, a sparkling silver ring with a large blue-green jewel. It's mine! Mine! Oh, look at that creepy thing. What's it holding? I've seen one of those before. These small demons like to tease and bully, but it'll bolt if it senses any real threat. Surrender and attack altogether before it can figure out what's happening. And then these two dorks immediately fail their will saves. Mine. Ellen, Jana, they're alright. They'll come around soon. Quickly, let's catch the rascal before it runs off with the ring. I'm not we'll follow it in a second, Seela. Don't worry, it's fine.
Let us be off.
If you could find all the fragments, that's not how it works in this game. That is some leftover...
You ask me. Just don't blame me.
How do you fail this twice, buddy? You rolled a 1 and a 4.
This is my kind of work.
Uh-huh.
Is that a trap? It might be a trap.
Okay, we've got us a shield here for Seela. It is a +2 mithril shield that gives her some damage resistance against magic. Oh my, she actually has quite the armor class these days. Dex +3, shield +4, shield focus, nat armor. Yeah, okay. Not bad, not bad.
A success worthy of praise.
Might be trap, Might be treasure.
Mage armor potions. We'll take. There.
My
Okay.
tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
We got here. Nothing really. Follow that. What is it? No, come back. I demand you fight me, nerd. I think it's glitched out. That's fine. We'll just... Yeah, I think all that was supposed to happen is Curl's supposed to run up, but Curl did not run up. Before Ellen manages to get to the Quasit, the halfling Curl appears next to it out of nowhere. He snatches the ring and says you mustn't get it. Curl, what are you? Thrusting herself between Ellen and Curl, Sela barely manages to absorb the blow aimed at the halfling. Ellen, stop! Have you gone mad? He's using a summoning spell. Why did you stop?
Their logic is lacking.
That's a lot of more... Oh yeah, and then, no, Ayla and Scylla, help, damn it, I didn't sign up for this. Girl, this is exactly what you signed up for. This is literally what you signed up for!
No glory without risk. Cover me, all right?
Oh dear, sorry. Not sure what caused that.
Forwards! You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
What have we got for Ninio to do? Probably... We only got one of them, that kind of sucks.
Stabby or zap you? Why not both?
Let's see if we can't put you to sleep. Perfect, perfect.
Falter!
Yeah, this can be a little tricky, because there's a lot of these babals. They're pretty tough, and more importantly, they have that sneak attack damage, so they can
I'll remove
make you very dead very quickly. It looks like this guy's getting out of the hole.
The light take you!
Distract them from me.
A splat? Alright, we're going to just coup de grace these other two. No, 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 go in the hole! Lon went in the hole.
No glory without risk!
Time to share your treasures.
Okay, kill this other one.
Or done for! Endure this.
Oh man, having that symbol of Iomade so that everybody deals their full damage. Ellen, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl without a second thought, without a trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all of this. He might be a victim himself. What am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew we thought there wouldn't be anyone at the camp besides some small harmless demons, so he set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had him targeting the commander from the start. Talk about believing in the redemption of scoundrels. We barely know anything about what happened. Curl is a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they threatened him, tricked him, or even bewitched him with demon magic. And now we'll never know because you let him escape. Better to let a thief escape than cut down an innocent. Ellen thinks. Sela was defending someone she thought was her friend, and she stopped you from doing something you might regret. Oh, I don't need a shepherd to light my path and save me from regrets. Can you say the same, Sela? Or you, Commander? You clearly have something to say. Go ahead then, spit it out. Sela, I didn't want to say this, but I think if you... I didn't want to say this, but I think of you as a friend, so I'm going to warn you. After what happened at the Grey Garrison, you're in serious danger, and maybe not just you. You might like to ignore military hierarchy and the rules of knightly orders, but there's wisdom in there that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises. From private to officer, a knight begins as a squire, even Iomede's paladins gain their powers gradually. But not with you and the commander. You were granted incredible powers far surpassing seasoned paladins with experience and skill far beyond your years. You received this gift at just the right moment and saved a lot of lives across Mendev. It's a great deed that will be remembered for ages to come. But what happened next was wrong. They began to worship you. The Queen gave you such vast power, all while you sidestepped everything. Training, experience, hardships. This is not the first time that Her Majesty has behaved rashly. And how much good has this brought Mendev? I'm frightened by what I see, especially by the way that you, Seela, trust people so easily and leap into adventures without looking. One day you'll lower your sword when you should have driven your blade home, just like thousands of bright-eyed youngsters will after you. I want to tell you the same thing, Commander. So if I understand you correctly, I'm an incompetent leader who never earned my position. Ellen looks at you with his clear blue eyes. Bear me no grudge, Commander. I'm not so grateful as to forget what you did for Canabras and how you agreed to help me. I said it to Seela, and I'll say it again. This wasn't a reproach, but a warning. The power you've been given, it may be your undoing and the undoing of all the Crusaders along with you. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time. I'm subjecting you to danger here. Now at least we know that Curl's a traitor and Janna is a coward ready to abandon her friends when the going gets rough. I hope we'll all learn a lesson from these mistakes. That blasted ring to hell with it. Yana won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. Things become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, Jimmy, let's go back. I'd like to talk to you about it later. I have a lot to think about. And that concludes this little side venture. We will, of course, need to talk to Seela when we get home. But home has moved, so it's going to take us a little bit to get there. We will take a demon heart, destroy uncollected loot, get out of here. Alright. Yeah, we need to rest. Is there something we'd like rather than the scroll of a mage armor? Probably worth having a couple extra scrolls of haste on hand. We'll take that. That elf we met was so old. He was older than my grandfather. Older than my grandfather's grandfather. Something gives him the strength to keep living and not get tired. I'm afraid to ask how old you are, little girl. I bet you're just as ancient by mongrel standards. Okay. So we've got a little encounter here. It's... It can be tricky. Through the mist, you spot a flickering flame of a campfire. Three figures wrapped in crusader cloaks are huddled next to you. A stout, smiling dwarf, a brash, dark-haired halfling, and a delicate-looking woman who appears to be very young. The crackling campfire is driving away the bleak fog and promising warmth and rest for your tired legs. Noticing you, the halfling's hand jerks toward his weapon, but then he relaxes. Hey, it's the commander himself. Don't just stand there. Have a seat by the fire. It's a bit damp today. Might as well dry off at least. An amicable gesture. He passes you a large mug that smells of freshly brewed tea. Right? Who are you? We succeeded at our knowledge check. Frontline scouting party. Our senior sent us ahead to look for ambushes. We've been walking all day, so we're making a bivouac. Go ahead, help yourself to some tea. It's an honor for us to be sharing a campfire with the commander. Something in the way the halfling speaks sounds off. Senior instead of commanding officer. Bivouac instead of the more usual camp. He's just a new recruit. Never thought we'd run into such jovial company out here. I don't suppose you guys have anything stronger than tea in your canteens. Chief, just so you know, walking away from campfires where folks give you free food is a sin in the eyes of the gods. What are your names? We've got Sergeant Vellum. I'm Tran, foot soldier, quartermaster, and the mother hen, and the one who sets up the camp for Asti, given that she doesn't even have the muscle to drive a stake in the ground. Let's make sure this place is safe. Something's not right. We're going to murder these people. Smirking brazenly, the halfling licks his lips with surprising long pustule-covered red tongue. When you look at that, he didn't buy it. Enough of this masquerade, then everyone no more games. Figures by the fire ripple and transform. The three gray-haired and dark-skinned elves watch you with mocking sneers. Their twisted, grimacing faces look demonic. From the haze, more previously unseen shadows materialize. They are all just as loathsome and unsettling. The campfire emits a sickly, sweet, intoxicating smell. In a squat kettle, you see some slimy mushrooms swimming in a disgusting, boiling slurry. Who are you? Who are you? We're servants of Lord Discari, and you are the pitiful insect that got caught in our web. Did you like sweet little Asti? Did you want to play with her in your tent? Monsters! How did I not see you for what you are right from the start? Dumb paladin, you think your ability to sense evil can't be fooled? Lady Anamora taught us long ago how to trick the likes of you. What's the point of this charade? Lady Anamora desires your head and will gladly deliver it. Okay, well, I guess it's time for you all to die. So yeah, we got a bunch of drow pals here. Oh god, kind of awkward. I would very much... Okay, wow, just killed our dog.
Make every strike count.
That crit's not great. God, there's so freaking many of them. Okay, back up, mage armor. And then Ember, drop a big old fireball.
Into the fray.
You also drop a big old fireball, Ninio. Beautiful.
Cover me, all right?
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
God, I need to remember to turn on auto rage. I keep forgetting. That's mildly annoying.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Magic Missile is not the most, like,
You won't survive.
super bestest spell ever. But it gets the job done when you need it to. It's a nice consistent damage, so, you know, once you're at a point where you've got nothing better to do with all those spell levels, yeah, why not? Why not?
The light. Take
Give it a little, throw in some magic missiles.
Distract them from me.
Endure this.
Yeah, there's just a lot of them. And if you're not prepared, they will cause a lot of damage and just be a big old pain in your butt. So yeah, this could have almost been not great. But yeah, somehow it worked out.
Time to share your treasures.
Make every strike count.
Got them. They've got quivers of cold iron ammunition. For some reason, the masterwork longbows show up like they're... Oh, they have a temporary enhancement. Okay. Yeah, because they're Maguses. Maguses can make their weapons magic temporarily, so that's what's going on there. There's like a couple more hanging out here. It's kind of strange. Not sure what that's all about. It's been that way forever. Like, there's these like 3 on your way out. I don't know if it's entirely just to mess with you, or if it's just a bug they've never fixed. We're gonna get mad. Somehow still almost missed. Oh yeah, this guy has 25 AC. That's actually a lot. Oh no, Jason died! Fortunately is the fictional Jason and not my actual dog.
The inheritor, guide my blade. Should have listened to reason.
We can do it.
Wow, we missed. That's cool.
You won't survive me.
Why not both?
I don't drop any good loot, which is very, very disappointing.
Right there. Something?
Okay. Yeah, that wasn't really
Let us be off.
that good, huh? I'm just trying to see if there's anything here. No, this is just a big old... Oh, hold on. Everybody failed a perception check back here. That's why we saved. So we could redo perception checks like these. I doubt it's anything good, though.
Let us be off.
Might be trap.
There it is.
Might be treasure.
Yeah, it wasn't anything super great. But whatever. Alright. Let's get out of here. Stackers aren't even masterwork. Come on, Drow Magus Ambush Party. Do better. Alright, next we're going to go to this conundrum unsolved. It's fine that we're injured. There shouldn't be any fights here. What there is... There's some bones. There's also this puzzle here. And I'll be perfectly honest, I cannot be bothered to even attempt to begin explaining how this puzzle works and how you come to the solution. Because I'm only sort of aware of how it works. Let's give it a shot anyway. It has to do with basically matching things up so that, like, these things... So, like, we've got these two right here. with these two symbols. We basically need to set this up so that in this same row here, we've got this symbol here, this symbol here. And we also need to, like, match it up over here somehow. I don't entirely understand it. This is what we put here. And then from here, the edges need to be the same. So, like, we've got this symbol here, so we've got this little zoop, boop, 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 boop. So that means here, we need to put... That's the wrong one. This here... I think I just... No. This here. Alright, so see, these two match up now. And we've got this here... works with this. And I can't really properly explain this. Now we need this to match up here, and also this symbol to be here. And then the last one just goes into place. This is the first of multiple puzzles like this. They are all... and they get just more and more complicated. It was easy, wasn't it? Simple puzzle, simple solution. But it was just the beginning. Its purpose was to awaken curiosity. A translucent figure appears out of thin air, clad in a loose-fitting robe. Its face is hidden behind a simple, unadorned mask. Oh, puzzles! I love them! Mortals are not meant to unveil the secrets of the universe and grasp the meaning of creation. But is this really so? Of course not. The secrets of the universe will be revealed to the most worthy of mortals. Prove yourself, and be the first for whom all the secrets of the world are revealed. Yes, yes. What do we need to do? The Heart of Mystery is located west of here. Solve the puzzle, and you will comprehend the forbidden knowledge. You can count on me, translucent masked figure. I'll solve any puzzles you have, so you better prepare some good ones. Who are you? What are you? Simple puzzle, simple solution. The Heart of Mystery is located west of here. Your map is obviously outdated. Comprehend the meaning of creation for the most worthy of mortals. The Heart of Mystery. Prove all the secrets of the world. I think you've broken it.
Follow me.
Anyway, in here, we get some high barding, and we find some elven notes. Which we can give to the storyteller. Whenever we find him... Guys run off somewhere. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is here. This is to set us on the path to the Heart of Mystery. And start off the Secrets of Creation quest.
Onwards.
And with that, that's all there is there. I was actually kind of hoping we'd get a little bit of experience, but we did not. Sucks to be us. We need to move our army. A bunch of elementals look kind of scary, but they go down pretty easy. Yeah, so the ability of a mage general to just sling pretty damaging spells makes them quite nice. We'll eventually get Fireball on this guy, and that's just really good. This thing doesn't deal any damage, so we are just gonna plink at it until it eventually falls over dead. Oh, this bar over here represents our casualties. So long as we keep this bar all the way from being filled up, we get all our units back at the end of the battle. If this fills up, If this is full team in the battle, we don't get all our units back, and our losses are lost forever. Got the Tyranny of Mind. We get lots of bonuses for destroying armies, so it is worth doing. And some of them are very good. Anyway. Very disappointed by the fact that we will take a nap. Make another haste scroll seems fine.
Thus, I have scientifically proven that the maximum distance an arrow can travel is achieved when it is released from a bow at an angle of 45 degrees from the horizon.
What? You've done it already? Did you consider wind speed and direction? Then go and run the numbers again. I'll just nap here. Your mumbling about calculations is relaxing.
That's funny. Why is... That's interesting. Yeah. This is quite strange. Our dog is actually still quite hurt. Which is, I thought it got a full heal whenever we rested, so the fact that it did not is either a change or a bug. It is hard to tell with this game. Ah! What the fuck? Bunch of dead dire wolves, okay. Why did our morale drop? We were supposed to... We must not have actually got... What the fuck happened to our morale? Because it's at 8. It should be at 18. We were supposed to have gotten 10 from that event a while back, but I guess we... It said we did, and we just didn't. Again. Game's a little buggy. Commander, it's so good to see you. It seems you found time to visit our quiet backwater after all. I could be mistaken, but you looked like you were frightened by my arrival. Oh no, you startled me, that's all. It's an overactive imagination. I still can't get used to living in such a small village. The town where I grew up was a good deal larger, and it was located near a trade route, so there are always lots of new faces. Plenty of people bustling around. Here, though, it's different. The moment you step outside the village, you're all alone. You can walk for miles in any direction with only the birds and animals for company. That is, of course, the way Erastil teaches us to live, but, truth be told, it still makes me feel somewhat uncomfortable. Why are you looking at those trees? See for yourself. I keep finding them here in the grove. I think it's some kind of local ritual. I asked the villagers to tell me what it means, but they won't give me an answer. Just don't understand the need for all the secrecy. How do you like living in the village? I'm getting used to the way of things. I still get the occasional sidelong glance from the locals, but that's not surprising. After all, I'm just some stranger who decided to show up without an invitation and settle down in the village. But the church warned us about this. Such caution is to be expected at first. I just have to do my best to earn their trust. I heal, I purify the water, I give blessings. Sooner or later, they will accept me as one of their own. It's so quiet here. What makes you forget what peace feels like? I understand. My time in Canabras gave me a small taste of war. I only had to live through it for a few days, but I know the horrors I witnessed will haunt my nightmares for years to come. I cannot imagine how hard it is for those like yourself, soldiers who have given their lives to this cause. You have chosen to fight in order to protect our peaceful and quiet lives, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. What do locals think of Erastil? They're indifferent. They are pragmatic people, you know. They don't have time for theology. If old Deadeye helps them survive, that's good enough for them. You know, some priests get overzealous with sermons. They demand that people pray, observe all the rituals, make sacrifices, and then those priests, all holy and pious, are surprised when locals kick them out of the village right into the nearest ditch. I was taught differently. First, you have to prove your worth. You have to show them why you and your deity are useful. It's only after they've begun to trust you and start asking questions about your faith that you can really share your beliefs. Then you can tell them all about old Deadeye's teachings. Alright, well, show me the village. Alright, now as we make our way over here, we come across a whole damn Hydra. But despite being a Hydra, it's only like level 5? Yeah, it's pretty easy to kill. Plus, there are like a dozen people here helping us. It's also afflicted with a permanent exhausted, which gives it huge penalties to all its stats. Well, to its strength and dexterity, not all its stats. Honestly, they're probably gonna have this... Okay, nope. Granted, it can still kill some unarmored villagers like nobody's business. That'll teach you to mess with us. A man with green eyes, the broad shoulders of a swimmer, and the calloused hands of a fisherman shakes his fist at the beast's motionless carcass. Something's got them all worked up. That's the second time they've crawled out this month. So let them come. It's not the first time and it won't be the last, but what's it matter? They can't hurt us and we can use their hides to make a lot of waterproof cloaks and coats. Marco, Melissa, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This is Jimmy Pathfinder, the commander of the Crusade. He's the one I told you about. Ah, a real hero in our little backwater. It's so nice of you to drop by. We've never had anyone so important come to visit. Heroic acts are important, but sometimes it's good to leave the front lines and talk to ordinary people living ordinary lives. Anyway, welcome to Chili Creek. Hydras are usually far more dangerous. That beast was not at its full strength. I can tell you have an eye for such things. Well, of course he does. He's the commander of the Crusades. He probably could have told you all that with his eyes shut. It's all thanks to our mother, Icy Rill. She takes care of her children, won't let anyone hurt them. She fills our nets with fish and drives away the monsters. That's right. And if she doesn't drive away the beasts, she'll weaken them, so we can kill them and harvest their hides. Who's Icy Rill? He's right here. Markle nods toward the river. Did you think this was a Selen? No, it'd take you half a day's rowing before you reach that river. It's big, to be sure, and very important. The Selen flows through at least a dozen countries, but where would the great Selen be if it weren't fed by thousands of little streams and creeks, such as our dear Icy Rill? The people of the Chili Creek hold the river in great reverence. How can we not? Our whole lives are built around the river, from the wedding wreath we send down its stream to the funeral boat that floats away on the waters when the time comes. Our mother, Icy Rill, feeds us, gives us water, protects us. The gods are far away, but our Icy Rill is right here, so we treat her with respect. You look very much alike. Are you related? Right you are. She's my little sister. It takes after our granny. May her memory never fade. She's always restless, couldn't sit still, and Melissa is just the same. She's always up to something. And you took after our grandpa. May the river silt be his featherbed. You're as brave as he was and just as stubborn. You looked very confident when you were giving orders. Are you in charge here? Oh, how should I put this? Our village is too small for anyone to be in charge. We just happen to know a thing or two about using a weapon. So, if some nasty creature comes crawling out of the river, we give the orders. But when it comes to fishing or fixing nets, we'll be the ones following orders. We're not an army, and there are no officers here. We all live together, solve our problems together, and serve the Icy Rill together. Although, truth be told, it's only been in the last few years that people are really starting to listen to us. Before that, villagers kept to themselves, and no one wanted to go poking their nose into anyone else's business. When we first came up with the idea to start trading on the river, the other villagers stubbornly dug in their heels. But after money and goods began to flow into the village, they changed their minds. Yes, the village has been growing. We're beginning to see all sorts of things we had only ever heard about before. The year before last, we had a fair, and people came all the way from Canopus to attend. Then a priest came, and we'd never seen one of those in these parts before. And now who'd have thought? The commander of the Crusade has decided to pay us the visit. Not just a commander, but a child of heaven's blood. Around these parts, we only hear about you folk, blessings of the upper plane, and fairy tales. Even if elsewhere in Mendar, there are lots of you, as people say. We got that dialogue option because we are in Aasimar. What are the grass dolls? Shadow passes over Markle's face and he looks away. There's nothing much to tell, really. An old local custom. It's just a ritual. Melissa adds in a low voice. No one seems willing to share any further details. How's life in the village? Not much has changed. He's a good lad, he does some healing, and never bothers us with sermon. He's even learning to fish in his spare time. He also knows lots of songs, and when he sings, it makes you just want to sit and listen. Roland's not that far away. How have you ever been attacked by demons? No, we've never seen any. Our mother, Icy Rill, keeps us safe. She would never let such abominations near us. Okay, well, I gotta go. Lots of stuff we can get here.
You ask me. Just don't blame me.
How are you failing?
Ask me.
We've rolled 2 1s and a 2. What the hell?
You ask me.
How?
Pretty good, aren't I?
That was far too complicated. These gloves grant their wearer a +2 persuasion made to intimidate. In addition, whenever the wearer of these gloves confirms a critical hit, the enemy suffers a -2 on saving throws for mind effects for a while. We're giving these to Sela for reasons that I guess I can already talk about because we have Dazzling Display.
We stand.
Yeah, Dazzling Display has her make a Charisma check. You make a persuasion check to demoralize all foes within 30 feet who can see your display. And we roll intimidate specifically for that. So yeah, giving her lots of intimidate, pretty good. I don't know if there's anyone that like sells stuff here.
Let us be off.
I dislike you. Die. Like, damn, Jimmy, calm down. Just making sure there's nothing useful we miss. Grabbing ingredients like this isn't terrible. Okay, yeah, there's something locked over here. I don't know if there's anything good in it, but
This is my kind of work.
yeah, just some more reagents. There's some nasty boys and girls, and by nasty boys and girls I mean monsters, to fight this area. Not the giant moose. Giant moose is just a big old moose. No need to worry about it.
Are we in trouble yet? Yet another obstacle.
There do be some dire wolves. Yeah, we're fine.
Cover me, all right?
Just give him a little magic missile.
You've crossed the wrong line.
Ear-piercing scream. Just yell really loud. Alright, I've remembered to turn on Get Mad. The start of the fight, so that I don't have to worry about forgetting anymore. There were a bunch of dire wolves over there. Why? There's a plagued Smilodon. Oh god. What do we say about this thing? It's terrifying.
Why not both?
It's... yeah, okay. It doesn't have a high AC, but it's got a lot of hit points, and it's got 5 attacks that deal at minimum 14 damage and are going to hit.
Distract them from me.
There's also a Plague Bear. Okay, sure. Plague Bears used to not be scary at all because they were bugged to only have like 5 health.
You won't survive me.
Yeah, we probably just want to throw down one of those. Oh, there's 2 Plague Smilodons. What the hell?
We won't falter.
Time to share your treasures. Tactical retreat. No.
Yeah, they also spread disease, these Smilodons, they do. Which makes them kind of annoying. It's fine, we'll just go ham with our spells.
Into the fray!
Cover me, all right? Can't you just die already?
Perfect.
Endure this.
We should have no problem with the bear. It is simply a bear. We are going to turn off our insightful contemplation. Okay. Yeah, like that's what killed all these dogs. They are quite scary. And there's a lot of them in this act for us to fight, so that's just wonderful.
March on.
Just keep exploring, making sure we got everything. And then... Oh, hello, Tyrell997. Sorry, missed you there. I was too busy... Oh, God. It's too busy being a professional gamer. How are you doing? It's evening here, so I'm gonna say this fine evening.
Make every strike count.
I'll be honest, I thought the Alpha Wolf had more wolf friends with it, so... go stab him.
Why not both?
Fuck. Where the fuck did that wolf come from? I'm misclicking like mad.
Crossed the wrong mongrel.
I really wish he would hit things, Lon. It would be very conducive to our chances of not dying. Got him.
We can do it.
Okay.
The light. Take you.
How much freaking stuff does this wolf have? AC 22. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we successfully skinned 0 wolves. Completely forgot about those wolves there.
Onwards.
Alright, I think... Yeah, that does it for Chili Creek. Let's get the hell out of here. Head back to camp! Camp. Destroy looted. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Glad to hear you're doing good. We're going to go take a look at this carcass of an unknown creature, collect the goodies, and we're gonna head back to camp. We will not rest. We should be able to get back home before anybody gets exhausted. Right, we have a little event here because we cleared that first fort. Yeah, I'll be honest, for the Crusader mode, I just turned that down to, like, the lowest difficulty. Because it's not worth it. Like, it's not the part of the game I'm interested in. The main thing is you want to make sure you have, if you can get your hands on some mage generals, they're generally better than the rest. And you want to be stacking your armies like as tall as you can. Like, just stuff as many units. Instead of having a bunch of small armies, just making sure you're focusing on just 1 or 2. But yeah, personally, I don't think I don't think doing it on any higher difficulty is really worth it. Commander, we caught a suspicious lad on the road. He says he's an ally, and he's best to talk to you. Who knows who he really is? The young man before you is trembling from his wounds and exhaustion. His boots are in tatters, and if he had any weapons or armor, he shed them along the way. His clothes are torn and his hair is wet. Likely he recently swam across a river. Blood oozes from the wounds on his chest and shoulders, and his skin is cracked and inflamed from the acrid water of the world wound. Commander, my squad, ambushed beyond the river. Help, give our guests some water. Knight's wounds heal with the help of a magic potion. Taking a gulp of water, he catches his breath and snaps to attention. Yank your ankle. Hell Knight of the Order of the Godcaw, under the commander of Paralectal Reginald Daringe. Our squad is under attack by demons far surpassing our number. Without your assistance, we are lost. Hell Knights. They supported the Crusaders more than once in our battles against the demons, despite their questionable reputation. We cannot abandon our allies in trouble. They really are our allies, and of course, it's just... I kind of think this isn't a knight at all. A real Hell Knight would be skinned alive for losing his infamous black armor. I don't think that's an exaggeration either. I think that's, like, true. What we see here is a stranger without rank or insignia who wants us to march to God's nowhere. What do you mean by that saves don't work the same way as compared to Kingmaker? I don't remember them being that different, but I could be wrong. We see, okay, Anchor who's attacking you. Large creatures that attack from the air. Some are fighters, others are, at a guess, clerics with dangerous divine magic. They look like stone come to life. I'm almost certain they are gargoyles. They fell upon us from the sky while we were setting up camp at our most vulnerable, and they caught our forces at partial strength. The Paralictor had dispatched some of our troops as scouting teams. The flying beasts didn't fight us, they just fell on us from the sky, grabbed our fighters, and either took them somewhere or threw them to their deaths. We were unprepared for that. Where's your squad now? Not far from here, beyond the river. It's not far for a single fighter who abandoned his armor and weapons, but we can't get across the river so easily. We'll have to take a detour. Even if we can save anyone, it will seriously delay our offensive on Dresden. You can name this... name saves the same on Kingmaker on different characters, and you can't on this one. That is... Yeah, see, I never bothered naming my saves, so yeah, I guess I wouldn't have run into that. Yeah, that is incredibly strange that they... Huh. That is... Yeah, that's weird. That is also an incredibly unfortunate way to lose a save. I'm sorry. Yeah, that would suck. Give me one reason why we should help you. The Hell Knights are the formal allies of the Crusaders. I cannot make promises on behalf of my command, but under the circumstances, you must be able to convince our you must be able to? You may be able to convince our Paralector to join your army. Hell Knights in our army? That's just what we need. What do my companions think? Hell Knights, with allies like them, we've no need for enemies. If it suited them, they'd abandon us to the demons without a second thought. But we're not like them, are we? We have to save them. Looks like a trap to me, but even if he isn't lying, Dresden is our goal. If our offensive is delayed, we won't get another chance to retake the city. The Hell Knights are heartless executioners. Saving people from the claws of demons is a good cause in itself, but these people are doing everything they can to become just like the devils. Shaylin, forgive me, but I fear we should leave the Hell Knights to their fate and continue our offensive on Dresden. You recall Prelate Halloran. We'll picture an entire army of soldiers just like him. Do we need allies like that? If they die, I shan't shed a tear. We should help them, but only if they join our forces in return. We could use some fresh blood. Hell Knights? Nah, not for all the gold in the world. Don't you know what kind of people they are? One minute, just going about your business, the next you're locked and stocked, and there's a butcher in the black armor standing in front of you. I don't know who these knights are, but there are people suffering out them, then of course we have to help. We came here to do, isn't it? Huh? What? This question has no scientific significance. What's interesting is how the water in the river poisoned by the whirlwind will affect this boy. With your permission, I'd like to examine him, or his corpse in a few days' time. We will take the risk and help them. Thank you, Commander. Our forces are here. The situation is critical. Please send your reinforcements as soon as possible. I will go ahead and meet you there. I don't believe there's actually any sort of... I knew you're being... I've been trying hard to catch you alone. Everybody, you're being the... I've seen you fight plenty of times. The way you charge into battle like everything's depending on you. I don't know if you're trying to be a hero or if it's just your own honor at work, but when I think about you getting hurt, it's like my insides just turn to ice. Because we're friends and I worry about you. in the save chapter 2 on my second character, and the first had a save. Yeah, it's really weird that Kingmaker was like that wasn't a problem, and then suddenly it became a problem. Yeah, I don't bother naming my saves, but I quick save a lot, and I keep a bunch of saves that I rotate through. So it's used and it's mostly for situations where not necessarily that I lose a save, but I've had issues not in this game but other games where saves get corrupted and stuff, and I've like had to start over. So in any RPG, I have just made it a habit to keep 2 or 3 saves that I cycle through. Okay, this has to do with Lon's romance, which I am kind of surprised. Lon, is normally only will pursue a woman. I'm pretty sure this is the romance. Woman commander. We have the, Toy Box app, mod installed, but it shouldn't be working, because like this has a toggle where you can make characters not care about your gender for romances. It shouldn't be working. I have not updated it since the enhanced edition came out, but I guess this part stuck around. We'll know for certain if it's still working when we get to Act 3 and Lon busts into our room and wants to have a sparring session.
Let us be off.
Okay, we're gonna go talk to Wilser, because I want to dump all my garbage. Alright, garbage dumped. We need to talk to Sela because good to see you. Get this. Jana, the one who ran away when we were attacked by demons, never went back to her unit. She was seen running toward Numeria. Looks like she deserted. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Or, not the only thing. Since our raid on the Houndhearts camp, I've had this sinking feeling that I made a mistake, dragging you into this. I mean, I should have known that a raid along the edge of the world would be so easy. But mostly, I was wrong about a lot of people. About Jana, who lost her nerve and abandoned her friends. About Curl. I knew he's a thief, but I really thought he turned over a new leaf and deserved a little compassion and trust. And Ellen. I thought we were kindred spirits, friends through thick and thin. But it looks like I was wrong about him, too. Don't lose your trust in people, Sela. So what if you made a few mistakes? It's no reason to give up on your ideals. Somebody has to show people that there's a better path. Thank you, my friend. I needed that support. Thanks for listening to my grumbling and for helping me get to the bottom of this. I'm not going to leave things as they stand. If I get the chance, I'll track down Jana and see if I can talk some sense into her. I'll find out what Curl did, why Curl did what he did. I can't stop thinking about Ellen and what Ellen told me in the end. I really have become more powerful than paladins who are far more experienced and selfless than me. There's something not right about it. A servant of Iomedae should gain... Is it possible to limit talking about future acts? I will certainly do my best. Yeah, I'm... Yeah, I will certainly try to do so. Our journey so far, it's all wrong, and it means that I need to be 3 times as hard as on myself now. Okay. Oh god, we're so close to level 7, and I would really like to get to level 7 before... Oh, hello. Talk to Hiller. You earned the title of Commander. Canabras still stands, thanks to you, but you'll have to be doubly on your guard. Your Eminence places a target on your back and there are assassins about. Who's that elf? She didn't introduce herself, but she was greatly interested in the volunteers that had joined the army. She thought I might know the elf she was looking for from my mercenary contacts, but I couldn't tell you any more than that. She never shared his name.
Let's move.
Um, okay. I'm so used to just heading into my tent to find Anivia, and she spends more time in her tent. That's weird. Anyway. And I think that is where... Oh, hey, are we? We're fatigued? Oh, damn, that's right, we were fatigued. I'm gonna actually rest real quick. We want another scroll of haste, or should we make... Let's make a mage armor scroll. What would you have done in my shoes if you'd had to survive on the street? What, you wouldn't have took to thieving? Yeah, right. I would have survived one way or another. The spirits would have told me what to do. A troop has reached... Cool. Woljif is... Yeah, okay, he has to make a fort save because he has Demon Plague. Let's take care of that real quick. Okay, I'm not wasting 3 charges of my Cure Disease wand and not getting any return on it. Don't really like using even that much. How many charges do we have left? Just 4? I'm not wasting 3 charges to cure 1 disease. Woljif, please. I guess it's not Woljif's call. My god, what the hell? What the hell? Fails to dispel. Just a roll of 14? Ugh. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna call it here for tonight. I'm not going to waste time. I'm playing a War Priest and he's kind of sucky early game. Yeah, I have not messed much with the War Priest class. Let's take a look here. We can't with you for some reason. Why? Did not realize that Dayrin was an atheist. Learn something new every day. So yeah, the thing about the War Priest... Yeah, because once you get to like your level 6 spells, you get Eagle Soul. Eagle Soul's really good. Like, +2 Sacred bonus to AC, which not many things give Sacred bonus, so that's pretty much 3 +2. +4 to Strength, a bunch of resistances. +2 on Initiative. Yeah, it's... Once you can get access to some of these good buffs, it's really good. I mean, I say really good. It's probably good. And getting the fighter feats seems pretty decent. Getting your, like, weapon specialization. I wonder if they get greater weapon specialization. Yeah, getting fighter feats is pretty sweet. What are some other... So, like, if you're about here, you'd have 2nd level spells. What do they get for 2nd level? I mean, all the buff spells are, of course, super good. It's really getting these level 3 spells. That's where the real hotness is. Ooh, Archon's Aura is fantastic. Any hostile creature within a 20-foot radius must succeed at a will save. And if they fail, they take a -2 on their attack rolls and saving throws, and armor class for the duration of the spell. And the duration of the spell is 1 minute per level, aka basically forever. So yeah, if you can stack your DCs to where you can get that off on enemies, that's good. Magical vestments to get more AC is good. I have no idea what Searing Light does. It's a shame they don't get magic weapon. Greater magic. Oh, nope, there it is. Greater magic weapon. So me. Ooh, Crusader's Edge is a sweet spell. Like, you want to be putting this on your heavy hitters all the time. Because you deal so much damage against demons. Super sweet. Alright. But that's going to do it for tonight. If you stuck around, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I intend to be back with more of this, hopefully tomorrow. Unless I don't know, I changed my mind. But the plan is to keep going tomorrow, unless something like comes up. I don't expect. So yeah, let's send off with raid. If this works. Something is my stuff's messed up. What? All right, that's a problem for later. There we go. And we will be off. Alright, everybody, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time.